viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. See how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. Had to become a marksman. Operation Wealth Ascension. 2026 done, no. Done Tech Forex. Operation Wealth Ascension. 2026 done, no. Done Tech Forex. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets, even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it reality. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator's so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. See how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets, even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it reality. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen.
Kings Fans Palace, good morning. Good morning. We are here, and you know, actually, this live is not going to go anywhere now. We are back 2026. For those who can be remembering this is the day that we are doing this live, almost 24 hours, and now we are back to that setup. We enter the trend until we close that trend. That is when you are going to assist. If you're going to open a position, I have best instrument here, then we're going to be leaving it here so that we can be monitoring on what you are making here. 2026, here we come. We start our live stream right now. We analyze the market fundamentally. We learn a lot of things, risk management. We enter together and we make money all together. This is going to be so amazing, right? I know majority of us normally start January with some complaints of money, especially when it comes to capital. There are so many people who normally withdraw money around December to use. I'm not excluded, by the way. I'm not excluded. So sometimes it is very tough to... Yes. Getting capital. If you don't have like the reason I normally recommend people that at least have something else that you are doing out there, because capital normally sometimes is very hard to get. So I know so many people used to probably capital during December. You withdrew some capitals, maybe you earned $1,000. You may, you just decide, let me just withdraw 500, maybe I'll refund again, and maybe sometimes it becomes very troublesome or very hard. Getting capital is not that easy, friends. especially you need side hustles at least to help you to refund this account again. But God is good. Well, we are going to start this. Today is on 12th of January, so at least we are almost half of this, but at least we have some by the end of the week this week and the other one, so we have at least 2 weeks. We took 2 weeks to prepare for this, probably then meditate about January on what we are really going to do. And one of the things that I normally do every time I wake up in the morning, I always make sure that I'm trading every day and every time. So why not come here? We do these things together. You know, one thing about Forex is actually can make you a very big introvert, and that is a very red flag. So at least we can come here and we trade together. We share some skills and some moment of happiness when we make money, and we cry together when things are very hard. But I promise you're not really going to cry, because we don't train like children. We train professionally here, so things are really going to be amazing. So if you are new here, if you're watching me new here, I know the numbers probably might be very small when we are starting, but at least we are going to build this again to the big number we end. It's very challenging, of course, so this is very, 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 very nice. Yeah, so we can take the live stream to another level. But just know one thing, that we are going to be live streaming every day from 10 a.m. From 10 a.m. make sure that you are here East African time. Don't know, for those, I know the last time we had some people watching from UK, and that trouble of the time differences. Sometimes they are waking up, and sometimes they are sleeping and we are waking up. So I don't know, but just know it is East African time, so you can convert that time to your time, and just know the EAT, that is when we will be live at exactly 10 a.m. 10 a.m. we won't be here. That is when the London sessions begins, but it's not specifically because of London session that this one we actually supposed to be here. That does not really change a lot, but there are other sessions I link from. Even money market normally moves, but we have to be here and do something, and early bird catches the worm. But if I wake up 6, I know so many people will be asleep. Will be asleep. So this live stream will be here on YouTube and also on Facebook at Tech Forex. So those are the 2 platforms I've decided, my team, to live stream on both platforms. Now, what are we checking here? Because I know so many people have been trading gold, and the last time, remember, for when we were trading gold when the gold was actually trading at around below 4,000, and we were aiming for 1,000. We are saying, hey, one time gold is actually going to be touching 4,000. What do we see right now? It's crazy. 45,000. 45.80, and this morning the market actually woke up very early in the morning to actually trend to 45.80. Remember, the market actually, I think it closed around 45, around 20 here, I think so. Yeah, below this area here, but you can see the market is indeed moving so well, and I know so many people who are probably trying to sell across this area. So we are going to start with the gold, because I know that's where our majority we are, and then we'll be checking currencies and also the stock indices. All right, there's some really education materials that I have, like I've been reading several books this December, and there are several things that we'll be learning on the way as we really move on this. It's not just analysis, it's not just saying that I'm going to be giving here, but at least we're going to be having bigger things here. That includes the learning, and we're going to learn a lot when we are going to be here on the YouTube, right? What is my forecast towards the gold, and what is actually been happening economically? Like what has been happening? What is happening? What is happening to the gold? Especially, I know if you are here, ensure that you do one thing, that you interact on the chat. I really encourage that a lot. So if you are here and you have joined us, ensure that at least you join the chat below. Just to comment your name, where you're watching from, we start there, because I normally, if you have any question, I'll be replying just free of charge as to start this. If you have any question, just leave it in the comments. There is a section for the chat. From at the moment it's just a free one, so let's just take that chances to do that, like to interrupt there, right? Now, most of the time, we are not day traders. Most of us here, we are not day traders, and the reason I normally don't encourage the day trading is because there is always troubles in the paradise. I like swing trading. So personally, I'm a swing trader, and I know majority of my students are really also seeing the benefit of I think what would we call it, the swing trading. The swing trading has so much advantage compared to the trading, and I just do these things like I can do both of them. Like when you are trading gold, sometimes you don't know what can actually happen, because today you might be waiting for sometimes the market to hit some target, and then you see you are at 45, you are targeting 47, and the market just delays, or maybe it does that in maybe a few minutes or 5 minutes, then we hit 47, then you are out. You see, that is something very amazing. So you can get out. It's not matters of waiting your trains to be there for days or maybe hours. You can actually assist and enter the market quickly. You can scalp, but in your mind, you bear that you are a swing trader. So that is the first thing that you really have to know here. Now, what I'm checking is the gold, and I normally start with the daily time frame. Sometimes I even go to the highest time frame, which is that even weekly time frame. Yeah, weekly time frame. Now, if you want to really see what the market really performed like last year, this is what you really see from this market. You can see from October, this is from September last year 2025, this market has actually been moving up and up and running and up and up. That has actually been crazy. And you can see, let me add a small indicator here. I need to pay for my trending view. I think the January is starting already. Wow, yeah. So you can see now we have been trending on the upper side. This being a rise, it means that the market has actually been trending on the overbought zone. The market is really up. The prices for the gold is really up. Even this indicator you can see is showing that the market that is really buying a crazy way. The market is still moving up. Prices are really moving up. So we are not yet to start selling. So for those who have been probably selling more, you can see what the market has actually been doing. So for the people who normally, this is a very big disadvantage, especially to people who have been shorting this market. So if you have been shorting gold, most of the time it means that you have lost so many trends compared to the trends that you actually entered for the buys. The reason you have to know this is because when the market is on the trend, when the market is really moving up, like these several weeks here, these are so many weeks that you can see here, and the market has actually been moving up. That means even if you bought and the market just went down, if you are swing trader like us, then it means at the end maybe of 2 days the market reverses and then you're in profit. That is the advantage of knowing the direction of the market. Now when they're going to actually be moving or giving us the signal like to move down, like to sell, and this is actually we are going to be seeing these signals from the highest time frame like weekly time frame or daily time frame. That is when we will be seeing that such of kind of signals. Now you see the advantage of that is always so good. Sometimes you can miss this critical information if you're wrong. So the most important thing as a trader, the first thing that you have to note, and you don't have to miss this, is to know where the market is moving, and not just only one day. You have to know where the market has been moving. For example, on this, we can see the gold has actually been moving up. Right, the gold has actually been moving up. So who are you to start selling and leaving your trade overnight as a swing trader? So We as swing traders sometimes, I know there are straight traders here, but if you're swing trader and you are selling this one, so I think you have a problem. All right, look at this. The many big moves that we have here is where the market is buying long term. Look at this one, and for a sell like this, it does not even last long, trust me. And there's information that I learned last time, and I said the reason we call this market long is because you can see the market actually stays long. Like, you look at this candle, the market can actually stay long time actually when it is moving up. Like when the market is buying, you can stay actually up, but when it comes to short, market actually does not really last long when it comes to short. And I think it's so many because the market, when it moves down, the people now start buying. Like, people like buying more than selling in the market, and that's why you see the market does not really stay that long when it comes to short. So when it comes to short, just know the market is going to last short period. And that's why you see, for example, on this, when the market actually hit this high of 43.68, went back, just spent like 2 weeks for this market now to reverse again. But look at this big move that happened here, and also this one that actually happened here. So that is what we really have to know here. Now, are we done with the upper side? Are we really done here? Because I was trying to get this big move that we have been getting. Remember, after, look at that, look at this one. You see this difference here, because this is how we've been. The market was just rotating inside 17,000 there, but when we broke those zones, when the bank actually started, the central bank started buying the gold, accumulating gold, then you saw that what actually happened here. When the economy, when the world actually geopolitically things started moving south, the war started breaking out, then people started remembering that we have the safe haven here, the gold, and majority now know about the gold, and fundamentally what gold can actually hold, what gold holds when it comes to fundamentals. And that's how you see now the gold is really moving out. So for the people who started buying from the last year March, then that is 1 year ago, then you can see the result of what we actually, gold has actually moved 200, I think like 100%. This is 100% move towards the upper side, and that is crazy. Are we really done with the moving of upside? There is some measurement that I normally do here. I know it is crazy, but trust me, this is what I normally do. The biggest buy that gold normally does is 80 around when it comes to the overbought zone. Especially I do this because when it comes to the overbought zones, and this is for the trending market. So when you see the market is trading, and sometimes when you're doing your analysis, sometimes to compare with the last, like for example this one, if you're going to do some analysis, it's not like the Euro USD where you are going to have the double top, where you are going to have a resistance. The only thing can help you is trend lines. The other one is moving average. So you cannot really avoid the indicators when you have a market that is really moving up on creating high highs, right? This is not the same like where we are going to have Euro USD and USD JPY, comparing different market structures like that. So market structure, volume, these are things that they are really going to be helping you when it comes to the gold. And what do you see? I really want us to note the most important thing I really indicated here, which is we know how this market has really been doing. I was trying to draw this on the weekly time frame, and we experienced something very big here. So at touching this NC, I wanted to touch at least 3 of them, and you can see still we are still moving up. There's chances for this market to move up. I know that is not really that accurate. The small move that you see here look like a small move. This is a very big move, because once this market touches around here, this is 47, and the market has a possibility of really moving up. Now I want us to move to daily time frame so that we can analyze in terms of the candles and the market structure of what we are really getting. around this area here. Now this is how the market moving. Remember the indicator where I've actually sent on this and the zones that will be highlighting when the 87. So in case this market touches around 80 something on the RSI move, that is when we know the market is overbought. So we are not still there. So in terms of that, the market overbought zones, we know the extreme levels, we are not there. I know there is a time people used to have the RSI at 70. That does not really work nowadays, so forget about that. Right now, this is what really happens after this market decided to hit a new high here of 43.66. We had this pullback. Remember last time we were trending, we lightened this zone. That is one of the zones that we were talking about, where the market was to move. Actually, we predicted around, we had analyzed it for it to move below 38. But we were almost close there. We were almost close there because we were expecting this market to move from this swing high to swing low here. Let's see. There are several strategies that we can really move with. We can use here, and I don't want us to confuse ourselves, because when it comes to the trading market that is creating these waves, you can use what we call the Elliott wave, like wave 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5. You can use that to highlight the movement of how the market is moving. That is the Elliott wave strategy. So it does not really have a lot of things. The other strategy you can use is the Fibonacci, which is another interesting one and very simple, like this one. Most of my zones that I normally start buying from is inside 0.5 and 60. That is 50% and 61%. Most people really don't know that 50% is actually like a half. Let's say Chazla, like a half. If you measure the distance between here and this place of 43, between this and this, 50% is actually like is a half of the movement. So yeah, so that is what we tend to see from this market. So generally I was expecting this market to move from this zone that we have. So I was expecting this market to come to this zone here. That is the first one. So I was expecting this, but you can see actually it was trying to get that move. Yeah, so I was expecting it to come to that 850. That is the last time we were trending like last year around September. That is the move I was expecting this market to make, right? So we moved. Assume now this market went up, and there is a gap that was created around this area here, was filled around this area here. The market zoned, went back. And now we started moving and creating highs. Like when you look at this structure so well, you know, we are going into details until we now capture where is the big move. I want us to check this until we see where the gold is really going to be moving. This is interesting. If you are joining here, make sure that you leave your name on this chat. We are really moving. Celestine, good morning. First time attending, welcome so much. Welcome here, welcome. If you are joining this, ensure that you like this. This is just a family. You are half free to participate on this. A question is accepted. We are analyzing the gold. I want to show you how you normally analyze this, and trust me, if this is going to be interesting. Trust me. We are analyzing gold, and this signal that I'm going to be giving here on the gold, we are going to be entering together, and you're going to see the result after hand. So number one, we have seen that you can actually write that down. We can write that down. Number one, this is the summary that we are really getting from the price of the gold. So number one, we are getting that on the highest time frame, the prices for the gold, they are really up. The prices we are getting, number one is that we are still up, okay? High time frame, high time frame, high time frame is 8 team. The market is still on uptrend, okay? So we are still on the uptrend. So those are the point I'm getting on the gold. Number one, the market is still on the uptrend on the highest time frame. All right. So if you're planning to sell this market, is not yet. So still we have to be looking for the buy in this zone. So looking for long buy. But one thing that you have to know is that we are already at the extreme looking for long. Okay. Number three, what are we looking here? So if you look at this market, actually from the time it hit this, and I actually showed you why we are talking about this zone. The reason I was talking about this area here, that is why I drew this, so that we can start analyzing this market, because it tends to create another high from this point. Okay, we end to create a point here, so we can have this place of reference here as this market start now moving up. Remember, still we are on the daily time frame. We'll move to the lowest time frame, so we are still scaling down. If you look carefully, you see this market actually filled this gap, moved down, which is very correct, moved up, down, and this one. So if you look at this again, you see that we end this perfect move. And these are things really to observe on this, because sometimes when you have to have a lot of considerations when you are doing this. For example, if you look at this, we could have bought between 0.5 and what I normally do is I'm scaling in, that you buy when the market start moving down. So if you end scale when this market move down from this zone here, look at that. I want to remove this so that we can hunt something else. Look at that. This market, you could have bought this one, but the market kept moving down. What else can you look at this zone here? Let's see. I want us to see. Let us see volume and what is really happening from here. All right. Yeah, you can see just the same where we drew this volume. There's high volume, that means high activities that took place around this area here. I don't know whether it is the same the uncapped volume where we have big many activities taking place. Forget about that one. So I was looking and very interested on this one. Look at this. Yeah, big many activities that actually took place here, and that's why you have the POC, point of control, the same area, the same zone that actually happened here. So this one really looked good, because even if the market went all the way to this place here, my stop loss would actually not be around that area. But I know there are so many people who could have placed around here where we end the other point of reference point. So we can call this a demand point, because this being a demand zone, you can see this eventually how the real market touched after moving this big candle here, moved down, and really we end a spike of the market actually after touching this. So this becomes a very interesting zone, and probably in the future this market is going to test this zone again. That is the first thing that we really have to know. But if you really compare the stop loss of the market, even if you had bought at this zone, that's why now the swing traders normally help us, because for the people who could have entered this and they are not swing traders, I know kingewaramba bebaya sana, like things could have not gone so good because of this point. So that was interesting. So if you are looking something like this, then that was a very good entry. if you end started to buy at this one. But remember, because this is daily time frame, this was for the swing traders. Day traders, this could have messed you up because of this big move that really happened here. So for the swing traders, I will also tell you what you do with the risk management, especially if you are trading these currencies like gold, right? We are still moving up. We want to see where we are ending to know where the market is. So that's how the market moved. So after this zone here, you can see now where market now really jumped up. Okay, we really got this big move that really happened after this. Now this is now the shift, or now this market is happening, and that's why I'm telling you that I don't think we're really yet to move there. We end this market creating this down, this down, this down, right? And then at least we wait for these prices to at least, let's say, touch here, and I'm expecting probably a spike towards that before now we reverse. But remember, we might be expecting these prices to come back again, so we might be getting these prices probably coming back to 70s when we jump to 46 or around 47. So if the prices are really going to be touching 47 here, then we might be getting the prices coming back here again. Now what are the possibilities? The possibilities is that this market, let's move now to the lowest time frame. Want to see where the market is moving. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. We end this. Look at that. Look at this big move. Or now this market, what is it doing here? A perfection. Now there's a problem here for those you really know. Like for example, those, if you go to different strategies, you're going to see things are really different here. Like if you go to something like LO2X strategy, it says that for the wave 1, this is 1, 2. Now for the third one, it actually has to be longer, which is actually supposed to be something just like this. So at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this could actually be a very big reversal. But you can see it is already lit on that one. Did not sell from this one, but at least you can see it worked, because at least we reversed and we end a sell at this point here, which actually happened to be a very big one when you actually compare from 45, 42 all the way to 42, 81. That's a very big move. Now what am I really expecting from these prices? Number one, we have the gap that has actually been created here. We have a gap created around this area here. Remember, this is 4 time frame, so this market actually might be coming back to feel that one, and possibilities for that. But still, you can see the market is still losing a momentum towards the upper side. So this is what really can happen. So if I am planning to buy, I can just wait for this market to come here, and then we end all the way to that prices there. The reason is, you can see we are really losing momentum, and I really forgot to tell you that this week we have some major news. Let me show you that. This is really interesting, and I know traders of gold. Pressure. Tomorrow we have the CPI. Tomorrow we have the CPI, and I think we did not analyze so much on the fundamentals news, but at least tomorrow we have, this week from Tuesday, tomorrow 4:30 p.m. we have the CPI, and you can see how this has actually been doing. Just look at that. I don't want to go much into details of this. Right? the inflation has actually been going down. The inflation has actually been going down, and we'll be waiting for this. So probably before tomorrow, the session for tomorrow, we'll be analyzing more of this to see what actually might be happening to the prices of this, to try to trend here. And I think we'll be live at that time. The news on the CPI side. So I'm just telling you that we have the CPI this week is also interesting. PPI is on 430 and unemployment claims on Thursday. But tomorrow is going to be interesting because the CPI is the most important in this scenario, right? Yeah, so we are actually trading here, and you can see the gold is really losing some momentum here around this area here. Now I'm waiting to see this price is touching 47. So if you're planning to have sell off on this market, I don't think that is really going to work. Are really going to be here, or you're just going to wait for this market to at least come to this place? So when actually we'll be touching around 47. So number 3, we note that the market is actually going to touch gold. Of course is going to touch 47. Gold is going to touch 4,700. That is the area and the target I'm waiting to see from this market. And with that, remember, number 1, we created a high here. Of course the market has created a new high here, but I don't think this is a bigger one. This is not really big, but at least when you'll be touching this will actually be big. But remember, it's not a must that we touch 47. It can be 46.90. That is why you see this region actually highlighted at this area. So we note that we might actually be touching the 47.90, and point number 4, I note that we actually might be getting back to this zone. But let me see something here. Yeah. So this a very big gap that has actually been created in this spike, but we might be getting back to that, but it's not really of must that we get to that. So I have to do some further investigations to this to see how really we are really going to be moving, whether this market is really going to go back to this, but it's really a possibility. Let me know, what do you think? What do you think about that zone? What do you think about this zone? Do you think the bond actually might be visiting this area here? Remember this, if you go to this, there's so many people actually could have traded the support here, and I think we might be having some really volumes happening at that zone because of that case. Let me see. Let's see what people actually might have done. We can't get that. The POC is here. Yeah, I don't know, but just let me know, what do you think might actually be really happening in that zone? So probably we can get it from this, the POC. Yeah, okay. The reason you see even the market actually driving and moving so fast here, there's something that I told you about the volumes. When the market passes through where we have the lowest volume, like this area here, you can see it's around 126. There you can see the volume very small here. So when the market passes that volume, it normally goes very fast. So this area that I've highlighted here as a revisit, that is really not going to happen. Number 1, the reason these prices, even if it's designed to get back, this price is really not going to move to this place. It's actually going to move past this. Yeah, so we cannot really buy from that place unless when this market surpasses to this zone. Yeah, so now these are the areas to avoid, and thank you. Wow, we cannot trade here. Yeah, so some people may have seen that lace could have been a supply zone, or that is not something like that. A supply zone. If you remember, there is very big sell-off that took place at this area here, and also there is a gap that has been created here. But remember, in terms of the volume, when we have a low volume nonce, this is what we call a low volume nonce, when the prices are really not so much, so not so many people are here. That's why you see now this big volume here, so many people bought this one, push this market, and when it is touched this region, it is started moving here all the way up, because we did not have many sellers to push this market towards the downside. Yes, so a possibility for this market to move is to come and test this region again, where we have this. So if you are planning to buy, this is not a good place to buy. So if you be buying, remember, you avoid such zones. You can't do that. You can't do that one. That's crazy. And as you see around this area here, you can see well the market was doing, because there's volume. People were really buying. There's activities, millions of volumes around these zones, and that's how you can see it actually even produced the highest result of this market moving up. So the only price that we can wait to see in case this market comes out is 44.75, but at least now this is very firm, and I'm expecting the same volume to push this market. Remember, now our target is 70, around 70 here. Let's see in terms of indicator where it will be pushing this market to. Yeah, that is it. So remember, on this one we are at least 75. At least when we touch there, we'll be around 70. So around 80. So we'll be pushing this market to the extreme level. We'll be pushing this market to the extreme level of around 86, 87. So by crossing this zone here, by let's say another one, which is another $100 move that can actually be happening at this zone here of 46.75. This is actually 46.75. So inside between 46.75 and 47, then we can have a very big sell that is going to be happening towards this market, and really going to be a bigger one. The reason I'm not really going to buy right now is because you can see a very big gap being created here, and once these candles start moving down, it's actually going to cover this one. This high possibility this market is actually going to move here. Those are kind of things I normally avoid into the market. I don't know whether you are listening to this, but I'm really telling you the truth. If this candle, because this market, you can see the sellers now getting tired, like no more orders that are really getting into this market inside. And once this market actually start moving towards the downside, once this market start moving here, because there's a low volume nonce here, and people start, for example, right now the reason this market can move down is because all those who bought at this zone around 44.67, once they start getting out, this market will actually collapse again all the way here, and then we start getting another orders, probably many of them, that will be pushing this market all the way to 46.75. So once we get to that zone, I think things will be so much interesting on that zone.
My destiny can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it reality. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator's so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching, wanna live like done.
Amazing. So the only result that we have is either this, okay, either we have this, we have a sell, Yeah, so when we be coming to this zone, we'll actually be checking on the volume as well. So it's either we have a sell here or 46. Let me write down 46, 70 to 4700. Sell here. Okay, but this price is that is this. And the reason I'm not buying right now, I've already said so. It's a small volume that is building here. I don't know whether it's volume for sales. And once people start noticing the market is coming down and they start moving out their trends, then it will push this market back again to this zone, and that is going to be a very big. So those are kind of trends that I normally take. I take quality trends. I know the market will be moving up, but not this area. So I have two zones to buy here and also to sell here, and also to buy here. The price here is no hurry. So for those who have been here, they know we normally don't be in a hurry. We strategize, we enter, we make money. This market is here to stay. This around 44.67. So you can see we have a difference of 100. It's like this market is as the center. 44.60 around there. So those are the zones that we have. So those are the zones that I'm targeting, and yeah, those are zones I'm targeting. And I know the psychology too, and those are things I'm really targeting. This, I don't know how long it's going to take, but remember, gold can take even 2 hours for the prices to come to this zone. It can take 5 minutes, it can take 10 minutes. And also the price here, this is for the swing traders. We're going to move to the scalpers. We're going to, if you're a scalper here, hold a minute. If you're a scalper, keep watching this, because you're going to move to that. So that is it. So to summarize on this, on the prices of gold, I'm waiting for this price to at least to get here. That is another high. We'll be crossing over to around 77, 87 mark, around 85 mark on the overbought zone. The reason I'm not buying right now is because there is a possibility those who bought at this point, they are starting to close this point, and because we have all volumes around this area here, when this past market start selling off, the last price is going to land is this area, and this will help us now to have a very good buying point from this zone here. And when the market comes to this area, you're going to buy, and we're going to be targeting higher. And then when this market rises again, we are going to have sell that is going to happen. What if this market keep moving up to all the way to 47, this one, then we are going to have another sell position that we are going to be getting from this market, right? That is our target. And those are the areas I'm really looking for. Let me copy this and then I'll keep it. Let me copy that. That is what really going to happen. That is what really going to happen in the market. So you can see, it's not that I have only one, that then the market moves up or down. You're really going to make money, and now the matters of patience. Sometimes you can analyze the market and what you're going to get is wait, and there are sometimes you're going to analyze and get enter right now, and there are sometimes you avoid this market. What we are getting right now is telling us be patient, okay? If you hurry on this, you can possibility of making losses because of this gap that was created here, and I've already told you why, because you can see this amount that we have here, and it's crazy. So we really avoid some cases just like that. Let's move to see whether scalpers can get anything from this market. is scalpers. Still up. Okay. Okay, for scalper, that is just giving a vibe for buy. So if you are still holding buys here, then still think is okay. Look at this. Look at how this market is moving here. Huh? 78. So for scalping, this is very simple because you analyze the market in small time frame like this one, and then you execute very fast, and then you just get out. So for scalpers, you wait for 79, you buy, you target here. But as you can see from this market, what is showing here is that the market is really going to be moving, and I'll be placing my account here so that we can now start scalping as we wait for the market to show up what is really going to be happening. All right, remember also be checking on the currency, so don't forget about that. Be also on the currencies.
Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give.
I'm opening my account here so that at least we can try something. The scalping side. This is you see the MT5. Right. Let's go. Let's move.
Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. See how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers.
I have an account here. Let me share. Yes. So this is capping here. So as you can see, it's very simple. You analyze market using the same strategy, but different, just the same. If you look at this, like, just very simple, even small trade lines can really work for you in these things like this, links like this. So very simple. You just know that this is not really good time to buy from these things, so you just give it time. You wait for at least another one, which is a possibility for around 78. You buy at least from 178 here, and then you target all the way up. Right now it's 45.86. So if you, as a scalper, if you buy from this point here, like likely the market is going to be going down. So those are the small things that you have to be stick to the details. And if you're watching this, ensure that you like. It's going to be very important. You can also have a question, leave it in the chat below. Let me share something here. My goodness, what is this? Okay. Yeah, you can see I have a live account. This is a live account here. This account here, okay. Yeah, you can see the scalping stand. We are 45.86. Someone is telling me to put on the part of the scalping. Okay. on the scalping side you have to be very fast, and what I'm saying is that you have to be very fast. Like for example, you can see gold is really trading as it's moving from this downside and creating this, so that these are things that we are really checking on the lowest time frame. I know the market is at 45.85, 45.86, but the market is moving up if you look at this trend. But if you buy from this point, of course, there's likelihood this market can move here. The market is about two possibilities, let me tell you. So the possibility for this market to reverse and come back to this area here, although this is a small one, for this market to come back to here, highly likely. So you can't buy here, even if you see the market breaking, moving up. Don't care about that. But all you have to know is that there's a possibility for this market to come here and then go up. This is 78, this is 78. So don't care about when you see this kind of flashing here. Don't care about that one. All you care about is you wait, you time the market when it comes to this place here. So that is for the scalpers. And one thing that you have to really do this is you be patient. Whether the market breaks the rules or does whatever it wants, but time the market. Let market come to you, not you chasing the market. Always, that is what we were even doing as us. Of course, number one, I have already enlightened my souls for the swing trading. When this market touches the zone, I'll be in. Okay, look at that. Now the possibility for these zones is high likely, and when this market touches this, can actually jump all the way up. Even if this market proceeds to create highs and move higher than that, you don't care about that one. But you don't have to be worried. You go and look for another one. Alright, but make sure that at least you're strategic, not just buy when the market you think it's moving up. It's going to mess you up. Because this requires you to be very fast. Like this one, see, sometimes people see the market breaking this and then you jump to buying. That's going to be crazy. You're going to be crazy on that. One thing that actually works more on the scalping is double tops. This is smallest strategy that you think they are small. They really work so well when it comes now to the scalping. I'm setting my account here so that we'll be scalping with this, with buys and sells, right? When we get perfect points, when we get perfect positions, we buy. What? Okay. Am I ready for this? Let's see. Okay. Yeah. So don't just jump. Don't just jump. So there are some rules that I use to scalp when I'm placing the stop losses and take profit. Very simple. Assume this region that we have here. Why have I placed this region to be the point where I'm going to buy and sell? Number one, I'm not just going to buy and sell when this prices touches this area. Of course, when this market comes to this area here, I have to look at how the market is really performing. Candles out they are really doing here, but you can see there is how the market touched this and reversed and went all the way up. So this becomes so interesting. Look at this. If you bought at this region at the top here 89, look, the market is back. Yeah, now let's see whether this candle is going to take us at least to this point, around even 80 here, around 80, so around $5 less, and then we can say that is it. So my stop loss will actually be located Don't know, but I just give it like one. The possibility for the next one is around this market actually might be touching 93 there, around 93. You give this market an impossibility for the stop loss, but you make sure that at least, because this market is already rising, so you keep buying as the market moves up on this. So when the market touches this possibility is not going to touch this one again, so we might be ending creating 46.01, so that is very far when you buy from 79. So you can give that one at 15. So 15 of these around 65, this is 70. You can put your stop loss actually below, but there are rules. I know we have different rules to protect our money when it comes to the stop losses, so I might not advise that so much when it comes to the stop losses. Yeah, that's a lesson by itself on how to do this, especially if you're scalping. I'm not a professional scalper though. I'm not so much into scalping, but this is how I do it. I don't know whether it's going to work for you. I do it on my own. I don't know whether that is going to work for you when it comes to stop losses. But make sure that when you're scalping, so many people use very big lot, but you can do that for the currencies. But on this, okay, this market might be rising from this to fill this gap here. Yeah, so I don't know whether it's going to do that, but let's see. This zone that would have actually been so interesting in this market, and testing this region here. Let's see, but if it's moved to the upper side of 94, I'll not be surprised as well. If it's keep moving after this, I'll not be surprised. But if you are going to move past, when are we going to become this is going to be invalid? If you touch 90, if you touch 92, if you just 92, our zone there is going to be invalid, and then we are going to be focusing on the next zone. If we focus on this, if we touch 94, if we touch 94 here, we're going to be focusing on buying where the market is when it comes down again. Yeah, I want us to have one entry here.
Operation Wealth Ascension 2026 done, no? Done tech Forex. Operation Wealth Ascension 2026 done, no? Done tech Forex.
When it comes to stop losses and when it comes to the risk management on scalping, sometimes you have to do this. You have to decide whether you are going to be a scalper, because you don't have time to do calculations. You have to know your balance. You have to know the losses that you're going to be using, because the decisions is very fast. So it's not like us, the swing traders, who can calculate everything to the details. We know how much we do all this. When it comes to scalping, you're going to do things fast, and you have to know what your balance is, how much you'll be entering into a trade, all those things at once. You have to be knowing them very fast. Very fast. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. So sometimes stop losses is really not going to. Sometimes when you're scalping, even placing that stop loss, like when the gold is very volatile, sometimes you're going even to lack that time of placing the stop loss. That's what I'm saying. When it comes to scalping, things might be different. Might be different. Trust me.
Making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets. Even when it's dark, and it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show in this regardless. Had to become a marksman. See how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like Dunn Tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless.
I will always wait for that move. This, if it breaks that, then we look for another one. No problem. We'll still be looking for another big move that might be happening from this market. Yo, Turus, good morning. Is it good morning? Yes. Good morning. How are you doing? Welcome to Down Tech Forex. Yeah, so as we wait for this move, we'll be looking. I want to share my screen here so that I can share with you every trade that I'll be entering here. I'll be sharing it. I'll be the trend that I'll be sharing here, so that I'll be sharing it. I want to share that trend that I'll be. Yo.
Making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like Dunn Tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. See how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like Dunn Tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. See how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like Dunn Tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it realty. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like Dunn Tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like Dunn Tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. Had to become a marksman. Operation Wealth Ascension 2026 done, no? Dunn Tech Forex. Operation Wealth Ascension 2026 done, no? Dunn Tech Forex.
Look at that. We are almost there. We are moving. So I want just to see, let's say 80th once we are here. Okay. Oh, once even we touch 80, we think I'll be okay. So you see the dangers of entering this trade, but I think this market, I don't know, 82, 80 there, so let's just be patient. But in case it does not touch our point, I'm really not disappointed, because you can actually analyze market 10 times and just get to entry. So still there. Kenya, good morning. How are you doing? USD JPY. I'll be checking the USD JPY. We started with the Euro USD. So I really wanted you to see how taking the analysis for the currency is very. But once we get this analysis, remember the analysis that we have done today. We are really going to stick to that for the whole week. We are going to have that as the reference for the whole week. So it's not that you're going to be analyzing that market using the same strategy like every single day. We cannot really do that. We cannot do that. So we are really going to have different. We are going to have that as the reference every single day. Every single day. So that's the beauty of following some currencies, specific currencies. Yeah. So on the left side, that I'm sharing, that's why I'm going to be sharing the signal right there. So when the market touches those points, just know that is why I'm going to place my trades. Yeah, that is why I'm going to place mine. Where are we going to be if this market crosses below 70, and then that is going to be dangerous, right? By 78, so it's go move below 8, that's going to be something else different. 78 below 70, that is going to be different thing. 78 is going to be dangerous, right? Just know that 78, once this market crosses below 78, just know things are really different. This is scalping, so you have to know that. So I'm waiting for this 70 below 80 or 8 mark, then we buy 80, we buy at 8. We are buying at 80, below 70, below 80, below 80, 80, around 80, below 80, Apple. That goes on. I'm sharing already everything on the screen there. Yeah, it's the kind of forming here. What are you going to do? Are you going to take us to 80s? Or where are you going to? They are here, Sasa. Take us to the entry point, man. Take us there. So, this is what I have. But in case it does not come, I don't really chase the market. That's me. Really don't chase the market. I've been here for many years. So, in case we get built. So actually my target is here. You see, that's 1 to 2 already. So yeah, so I'm not going to chase you. I'm not going to chase you. You're going to come to me, right? You are going to visit me. You're going to fall under my trap, not me falling under your trap. Look at this. There are so many people who could have seen this and like a breakout that I was talking about, and then they start doing what? They start buying. That's a dangerous move, man. That's a dangerous move. So we are already at 80. So I have one position here of a small one, 0.05. Hey, this is 81. That one. That's some small one. So I'm be buying as we stretch this region here. Yeah, so we are on. Yeah, so my friend, my hand is you go on is full of sharp prices. Yeah, so you see now we are there. So if you're planning now to buy, this is the time. So let's go to 5-minute time frame because we are there already. Let's see how the market is going to flash here. That's how the market is going to flash around that zone. And what you're really going to be getting here, 5 minutes, probably going to be getting this candle so moving. So it's the time. It's the time now to close the buy there. Let's see what we're going to be getting. But I think once we cross 70s, that just know that our end is on. We lost it. If we cross that line, then just know we lost it. So if we cross that line, we know that we lost it. We close 70 mark. 70. If we go below 70. Are you in really? Because I don't know. I have to write a disclaimer here because So I have to write a disclaimer because if you don't do videos like this, when people start making money and probably you give an accurate signal, the next time they are going to use all their stop loss and full margin, which is not my advice though. You see, my account is big and I'm using small lot size. Who are you? Cheza game kidogo, pesa iko. We generate small money here and there until we make it. Look at this big move. Look at that. So, have you really handled? Because from 79 to that point, I go to 83. Yeah, so let's see where we are really going because I don't think so. I'm going to be assisting at 92 there, 92, which is around 90. This is around 46. Yeah, 46. That will give me around $150 to $200. That will be good. But remember, this is capping. Anytime you are free to exit. That's not my thing because it depends on the losses that you used. If you used an elephant, carry your elephant slowly.
flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it realty. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. Had to become a marksman. Operation Wealth Ascension 2026 done no done tech Forex. Operation Wealth Ascension 2026 done no done tech Forex. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it realty. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it realty. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. Had to become a marksman. Operation Wealth Ascension 2026 done no done tech Forex. Operation Wealth Ascension 2026 done tech Forex. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it reality. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it reality. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman.
Hey, bro, there's a threat here. There's a threat that is threatening us to move back. You're threatening us to move back. Yeah, but you know, for the scalping, you don't really have to hold for long. You don't really have to hold for long. But I'm still waiting to see. At least let's touch the red line here. Let's start touching the red line here. So our buying point was below 80. Our buying point was below 80, as you can see. So if we actually move at least to, you know, $200, even you, let me tell you guys, if you can make a $200 panlay or $100 per day, do you know how much that will be? That will be actually around $2,000 per month. In Kenya, what can you do with that? So sometimes don't underestimate the small move that you really make. Using 0.5 lot is really not going. This is scalping. Remember, I'm targeting these places that we are talking about, which is bigger positions that we are talking about. Don't forget that. This is just a small move that we are making here. The big point is coming. Remember our biggest point that we are talking about, these zones that we have here. How many remember this? Remember this? These are the points that we are waiting for to this market. So we are waiting for either 46.70 or this market will drop to 44.60, then we buy, and the selling point is at 46.70. Those are the zones that we are waiting to see this market coming from. So what we have here is just a sell, small scalping that we have, probably $100, and then we are out. In case this market drops below the point that you are waiting for, around below 70, then we can minimize the risk that we are going to be having there as we wait for this market to move up. That is what we have. Yeah, so we are swing traders. So that's the first thing that you have to know on this. Yeah, so we are still waiting to see that. So ensure that you like, ensure that you subscribe. That's the first thing. Kindly subscribe. I know there's so many people watching this and they're not subscribed. Ensure that you subscribe. And every day here at 10 a.m. East African time, we are always live. Ensure that you are come live. We trade together. We have some buy entries, we analyze the market. So we have already targeted where we want to buy from this market. So at the end of the day or at the end of the week, we know where we are focusing on, what we are focusing on. And before even we wait for those regions to be hit, we have some small risk that we really have from this market, which are these candles, like scalping here and there and making some few dollars, $100, $200 before the market comes here. Remember, it can take days, it can take several hours before the market hits those bigger targets that we have. Yeah, but that is the thing. That is the thing that we really have to, we just have to wait. Okay. So I'm just going to be waiting for this. I don't know how many enter that point here from below 78, and I know some. I don't know why so many. You can see so many traders normally like enter from 78, and that is their normal big trend, like from 78, to 83, and that is the trend that you're normally proud of. That is not my trend. That is not my trend. That's not my pipe. Those are the scalp that I can do. But my big point when I'm talking about the market prices going all the way to 47, I mean it. When the prices touch there, just wait for the bigger. If you are going to use even 0.01 lot, you are going to make it. You are going really to make good amount of money. Just wait and see. If the prices touches 44.60, we buy from that point. Trust me, we are going to be rich with an 0.05 lot. 0.01 that you have. When you have small big account, then you're going really to make it. So I normally target big moves. The small move that you're making here, this is just for by the way, as we wait for other big move that you are waiting to see. Now as we're waiting, I see you can I think you can see the prices maximize what we can see on the screen there. So at least you, let me maximize that. At least you can see on the left. Let me maximize the prices so that we can move to the next pair. Yeah, you can see that is the gold that you're talking about. Someone was wanted us to check the U. Oh, someone is asking where is my TP. So I know this being a scalping, this is a very big move for you. But in case you want to place, I'm going to place here. That is 46.90. So I'm going to place 45.98 there, and the stop loss, I'm going to place it at here. Yeah, can you see those zones? 45.67 and 45.99. Yeah, that's a risk reward ratio of 1 to 2. So that's amazing. Yeah. So if this market just, that was, yeah, so let me not talk about more about that one. Let's just wait for it as we analyze another pair here. So allow me to open another tab. The indices, stock indices, so we are going to be talking about them. And also the commodity, we are going to be talking about the silver, and good news for that. Very interesting things really happening. So I want to check on the USD JPY as we wait for that. Remember, keep that in mind. USD GOND, the scalping sign, and the points that we have really made here. Very important. If you're watching this, ensure that you subscribe kindly. Kindly subscribe. This is fun. I feel good. When you trade, we trained here, we train together here. This is fun. This is good, right? This is good, man. This is good. This feels nice, This feels nice. Instead of trading just one, you can join the community, invite someone else as well. We trained throughout, and this becomes interesting. Look at that. We are already $15, almost $50. This is not small. My friend. Remember, this is just a scalping. So the scalping in ile ya kununua juice, the one for buying some milk here and there, $50, $200, $1, something like that. And trust me, we want to be counting these signals and see how much they are really going to be, like the percentages of win rate. So that is a scalping number one. Let's see whether at least when we hit $100, that will be good. $100. So also the USD JPY has actually been moving up. There's a lot of information I wanted to share about the JPY, but on the terms of the currencies, something is different. Something is different. This is what is happening to the currencies. USD JPY, especially on the JPY part. And I don't know when I'm going to be sharing that, because I have some information that we really have to be following on that, on the USD JPY, because this is interesting as well on how the JPY has been moving from the lowest part. But because let's check on the USD. Look at that, man. Look at that. That was a sniper entry. That was a sniper entry. So from this part here, the market actually may start moving back. Do we really note that? From here, so if you are on the Swiss trend, make sure that you scale up. Can you do that? Make sure that you trail your stop loss. The stop loss, instead of being here, because this market can go back here, put it to be on this side. Look at that. Very nice sniper entry. 79. We end under 79 and 80. That was perfect. If you're on that trend, just click that love emoji. Come on. You just click that love emoji. At least let me know whether you entered that trade. So I'm waiting at least to see 50-50 here. So there's likelihood now you enter this market from this point. I know there are so many people who are trying to enter this market from here. Look at the dangers of that. We started analyzing here. We're saying the market is going to move down, and now you can see the result right there. So I'm going to minimize this part, some parts here. So I don't know whether we are going to. I'm already saying that you trail the stop loss. Make sure that you trail it, you put it to be on the part of profit, because if you don't do that, there's going to be dangers of that. Make sure that you trail. Your stop loss to be up. Okay, trail your stop loss to be up. I'm going to do that. I'm also doing that. At least when this price decides to go back, you have something, right? You have something, but at least not closing, Not closing. At least we hit 50. At least we hit 92, 93 there. So we are still moving. Yeah, but at least when the market decides to do some funny things, at least you'll not be in stop losses, but at least you'll be in some few coins. Some few. Not zero, but at least some few. So we are good. We are good. We are good. We are good. That was perfect. That was sniper entry from this point here of 79. Sniper. So what are we waiting to see from this market here as the gold keep moving? Remember, now we are waiting. The next stop that we can be having from this market is around the market. Remember, there's whole numbers. When you see something like 4,600, 4,600, there is likelihood the market is going to test that. So the next stop over is around 46, which is the next $14 move that we might be getting from this market. That is what we might be having here. So that is what I'm briefing for. In case we touch that region around 40, 95, 96, 96, that is what we might be getting there. 96. Yeah, so I'm done doing mine. Let's see what we get, because I'm doing trailing mine. So I hope you are good. Jesus is Lord. Are we there? Were you there? So look at that big move that really happened here. So that's just a scalping. Remember, we have big moves that we are waiting for. This is just by the way. So look at this testing point that we really got here from the same market. This is 100% testing. These are some of things as a scalper you must know. These are some of things as a scalper you must know. You have to be very fast. For example, if you wanted to close this at the peak of 89, then this could actually be in the perfect exit point here. Look at this. The exact point, the same, where they tested the same. You know what? It's because not that people are very fast on this. There are some people who have placed the boat like, or maybe they have placed the execution or the TP to be around that area. So probably they did that, and the market, those are their existing points. So it means there are some people who existed at this area here, then decided to exit from that region, and that you see the market now reversing from that. What is the possibilities that we have from this market? A possibility of this market is to this point that we have here. So that is the likelihood of a next stopover that we might be getting from this really good market here. That is what we might be getting, right? That is what we really might be getting from that market that is moving. Yeah, so if you enter there, so from there, that is going to be a very good zone that we really have. I'll be checking on JPY pairs because I think there are several information that we have not shared there that we really have to check on. Yeah, but the most important thing that I'm waiting to see is the big point that we have on the USD JPY on the gold. That is the 40, around 46, 80 something, and 44 mark of 60. So those are the areas that I'm waiting to see. The rest is just done by the way. The stop loss for this is I've already highlighted those zone. When you go below 17, just know is a render zone for that. So scalping, I'm just giving you some clues, right? Gold is trending 90. So I don't know, we will be ending there, so I'll be checking at the start as well. It's only that today we started with currencies. So invite someone tomorrow because we're going to use the same information throughout the week to trade and scalp. Make some money, make some good money, make some good money. Worry not. Make patience space. We waited for the market to come to a point. Now you can as well wait for the TP to be hit. That is the problem that we have with so many people. But when it comes to scalping as well, sometimes you have to do some crazy decisions and very fast. That's another thing to know. We are still moving, so it is right here. So let's see what we got. So the market is really going to, you see this trend line here, I think the market is going to break that probably, and we are going to 90 something. So the last time we moved to 89, we did not touch 90 at this time. We might get in. So I was targeting 100 and something. So once we get 100, then start the scalp is over. And I close a half, then I wait for the other half. That is half scalping, minimizing the risk. So we have 102 here. Very good, congratulations. I close a half the position, then I'm left with one. Congratulations to that. Good. Now I'm waiting to see the other one moving all the way up. So look at that. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Perfecto. Now we move to all the way up. Remember now the next target is around from here. You see, from actually it's from here. So when you see 49, 98, 97, just know there's something that can really happen to that point. We have already $50 something closed on this scalp. So you see, that was really interesting. So if you enter this trend and if you're in profit, make sure that at least you type something. Type or click that button for flowers. Come on. Let me see that. How many enter really? Did you really enter these? I'm just yapping here. That was a perfect one. Perfect. Let's move. So the next target I'm targeting, you see the TP is almost it. Around 95, I'm closing the next one. And 95, I'm closing the next one. 95, I'm closing the next one. And then because there's a possibility, this market can actually reverse from there. So next one, I'm closing. Next one, I'm closing at 95. Next one, I'm closing at 95, 90, at 70 there. Yeah, so we're almost the TP 95 closing. So we are 66 and counting, 69 and counting. This is great. Look at that big move here. This was actually a sniper, because when the market do not even move a slight, even small one, the market actually will, the exact point was actually here. The exact one 79. So that, I don't know, that was 100% exactness. Is it exactness or accuracy? That was accuracy. That was good. This is a really good starting point. But remember, we have big target that we have waiting for. Remember now, closing anytime from now, the market is going to close at 98. So we are at 94. So $4 now, the market might be reversing a little bit, which is going to be something different. So if you are here, take note of that. Okay, 70. I'm already at 70. So I'm already at 70. I'm waiting to see this area here. You see this zone that we have here. So once we hit that, boom, we close. Make sure that you are closing your position ready. Make sure that you are ready to tap that button. If you used 0.01, you must be in a $15 move. That must be bigger. We are moving, but remember, this is just the starting point. The big point is coming. We are at 80, move 78, and boom. and we are there, and then this is 70. Actually could have made like $150. It's only that I maximized the risk here. So we are moving. Look at this. Anytime now the market might be reversing back, so take note of that. I'm not really scared. I can even take 50, another 50. My target was 100. So $97, $80, $80. We are $80, $83. So 98. We are out. Me, I'm taking $85, and boom, $135 in profit. I have to write down here. This is scalping as we're waiting for the market. Remember the points that you are waiting for the market to come to. Remember the positions. The reason I'm talking about this, we might be seeing a very big move happening to this market once the downside. As 90, you see this 98 here, we are done. Look at that. The reason I've placed that one is because we might be getting a very big reversal. It's not only going to be affecting all the way through this area, but can move below this, which can actually be even move below 45. So this was already an achievement here, 98. We might be getting a very big reversal that might be happening here. That's why you have to be very cautious. If you have not exited that position that we entered, make sure that you are out. Make sure that you are out. I know there's a possibility for this market to move 46 where we are waiting for, but right now you make sure that you are out of that. That is scalping. Scalping should be maximum 1 hour, 2 hours. You don't have to stay more than that. If you are more than that in the scalping, then you have a problem. Something might change that by blinking of an high, then you are out. So this is interesting. So what are we going to write here? We are going to write here what we have made today. So it's an achievement as well. So we write down everything. Profit. Okay. P&L today. Okay, I write today P&L. That was 80, around 80 something. I don't know. It's 85. I'll be checking. Then plus 54. That is around. Let's say around $140 made. That was great. Look at that. The market is now back to after 98. That is what I'm talking about here. So if you have a position that will enter around that area, then I think that is different. So we have to turn this at least to green. No. Yep. Bold. Yeah, so we just wait for now the market to do its thing there. So that is what we are saying. Look at that. That is a very big move. So a possibility. Remember what we said last time? I'm going now to delete this so that you can move to the next signal. What's our target? That was 100% sniper. So that was really interesting. So what is our next move for this gold as we scalp? So remember, we are moving with how the gold is moving to see whether we can get the next target of the move that is really going to be happening on this market. Are we really going to get that? Are we really going to get that? So let's move to 1 hour and see what we have. What do we have on 1 hour? Yeah, look at this. I think there's a gap that was created here, but remember also there's another one here, so I really don't understand. This was filled, the other one was not. So you see the types of signals here. So the market is we're 95. Let's still look at this and try to derive something amazing to see whether we can get another one. Just slowly. The market is up 98. Yeah. So there's one thing that you really have to know about the scalping is the market is going to, you see at the top of this, which is 46.01, there is likely wound and the market is really going to touch on that one exact point before now we really get back to this. So the market can actually touch that 46.01 before now we got back. Those are small things for the scalpers that you have to know that are different from what we normally trained ourselves. So that is really can happen to this market that is it moving up. So don't want to forget with our target. Let's see where we have arrived on this. This is the target we are targeting on. This areas. Oh, I've gone to weekly, daily. These are the targets that we have. These are the targets that we have. So 70, I know it's very far, but I know this market has a potential of touching these areas before now we are back, which is 46.70. And once we achieve these areas here, that is where we are going to sell. And remember, that is either the market is going to make that move within the day, some hours, or we are going to wait for a day. But I'm going to give you a risk management for that, because once we touch that area, we are going to keep selling. And I'm going to show you the entry amount that you're going to really have on this market once we touch the zone, right? Yeah, so allow me to come back in 2 minutes. Ensure that you subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me take a drink and be coming back.
Making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it reality. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator's so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it reality. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator's so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. See how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's
hello. So you can see what really happened here. Just look at this. I want to switch to 5-minute time frame. I want us to understand the scalping mode. So very good. Yeah. I want you to look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Look at that. These zones that you see here, look at that. This is what I'm talking about. Look at that. For the scalpers, these are the some of things that you really have to know. Big move here at the top here. The small move, it might not make sense sometimes, but look at this. Look at that. At the exact point, you see the market touching that and then moving all the way up. Now, in case this market now start moving down, where is the target? Where is the target for this? Because I said, number one, there's possibility after touching this market can actually end all the way down. Because number one, that is the point it's trying to touch again and revisit. So when we are forming something like, let me show you here. When the market actually forms like this one, so when you see a resistance on the hand, that is the sub resistance point, that's likely a market is actually going to, that means there are resistance around that. So what I mean is, like, likelihood the market can actually reverse from that point. Not more of this, but when you see the market testing this, and when the market comes back and test again that zone with a resistance, a strong one, probably a big candle forming that is actually going to be bigger here, then this likelihood this market is actually going to be moving so down, like reverse like that. So compared to when the market was actually moving down up like this. So that is what we really have here. So this, the reason we place our stop TP here is for this kind of reason that you have seen here, where the market has actually went to back to 93 after hitting 98. Yeah, so this is actually going to be another index, like where we are going to be having a break, because already the market has really, saying, I recognize this area, I recognize you, I recognize that we visited here, and then we are going to do number one, as traders and everyone who employs. So what actually happens here is that, there's number one, there are so many people who actually entered as TP here, just like us. So we have to train like anyone else. So many people entered the TP here. So number one, that will actually tell the market to start losing the momentum towards the upper side. So many buyers probably who entered around this area here, they existed at this area, and as you can see, there's a reverse on that area. So as a scalper, that is the thing that you really have to realize. Remember, we are analyzing this market as we are ending towards the target end area, the big area that we are really waiting for, which are really here. Do really indicators. Sometimes when you're using the indicators, you're going to see big noises, and that is really not even going to work. For example, look at this. We cannot use indicators on the lower time frame. Look at this. The market was really on the overbought zone of 80 when it was actually around this area. So if there's someone who wanted to sell around this area of 85, remember, you could have lost very big. Those are some of the things I really want to teach you as we proceed on this. Very simple. And I know so many people already know this, but at least, I don't know who is watching, but this is going to help you. So number one, you cannot use, because we are combining between us being swing traders, we're combining this. What is the difference between swing trading and scalping? Okay. You cannot use indicator like RSI or other indicators. They cannot really work so much on when this market, like for example, I'm saying this thing on this, you just bring this pointer here, and where does it take you? This target here of around 85, which was achieved when this market was here. So it was achieved at that target, right? Market just went back from 37 to 33, right? But you know, there's someone who could hold this position thinking that the market is going to reverse. But look at what's happened. The market kept moving up, swinging like this until it went all the way to 89. Look at that. So indicators like RSI cannot really work when it comes to the lowest time frame. 15-minute time frame, 15, 10, all the way 5, they are really not going to work. So you cannot use these ones. The only thing that you can use is the price action. Just use the price action on indicate on candles, the market structures, like the way you have seen us using this, where the market reversed and we bought this and there's an breakout here, and then you buy all the way out throughout. Now a likelihood for this market now to come to this zone that we see here, that is the target. That is the target that we might be getting from this market before we proceed. Yeah. I'll be rating this the percentages of likelihood for this market to jump from this zone. This, that is what we expect. Patience. But if it's keep moving, no problem, we still give it time. But the reason I'm saying this, there's a likelihood for that. If you look at this candle here, yes, they are closing below each other like this one. This 5 minute, this closed up here, this closed below. This closed almost the same, but when you look at the area visited is low. But when you look at the downside here, you can look how they are actually moving. So as a scalper, those are the first decision that you have to be looking at, the candles. And knowing so well now, you cannot keep, the market is at 93, yes, but you cannot buy from there. You have to wait for this market to drop at least here. Number one, we saw this line being violent, this trend line that we see here. So there's a likelihood for this market to visit this. But remember, before even we enter now, when the market visits this zone, we have another one to look for, like see what is really happening. So what is going to be happening in case you are buying right now at 93? Wait a bit, the market might be dropping even more than that, because you can see this past 3 candles what they are showing. So that's a kind of thing that you can at least check very fast. You don't have time to analyze the market like daily time frame, what when you are scalping. Those are time of things that you really have to see here. Trend lines, scalp, market structures. That is what we really going to have here. All right. So 94 are really going to move back from that. I believe they are going to move here. Yeah, we are going to move to that. But I'm really scared of that entry, because likely when this market after testing this zone can really go back. But let's give you this confidence of 70%, 65 to 70. 70%. So we might be coming back. To that. Yeah. We might be coming back to this 89.90. That is 89.90. So we can have another buy here of 89.90. Our target here now is going to be a phenomenon, because we are not going, this is actually going to create a new high. This is going to create a new high, so that is going to be different. Where is the writings that we end here? Yeah, so that's my target there. Confidence. So that is, let's wait and see. But in case the market decides, now let me show you why this becomes invalid. In case we move above this. So if this market is going to move above or create 96, 45, 96, then remember that is going to be invalid, and then we are going to break and we are going to find another points. We are going to be looking for other entries, but as long we are below this, remember still this is valid, so we are going to be targeting a buy limit, but don't put a buy limit. So that is what, but this is going to be big because now we might be creating another new high as the market moves up. So if you're watching this, kindly ensure there's a button to subscribe, it's just free of charge. There's a button to like, it's free of charge, kind of like. And because I'm doing this free, so I'm using net. I'm paying for net. This is not easy to talk to you people and teach you. So at least ensure that you subscribe. Why are you watching this without subscribing? And come on, what are you doing? Subscribe right now and like, so we move. So those are my target right now, so I'm waiting for this. So in case we touch this, is going to be invalid. In case we cross 46, in case we touch 4600, the signal is going to be invalid, but we are really going to buy all the way to this point here, so this area here of 45.90. So I'm going to write those down, price tags. I'm going to put it here, and another one 90 to 13B10, that's around 7. So here we can have another high that is going to be bigger actually. So this is not going to be even small. We can target around 10 there, so around 20, at least risk reward ratio of 2 and above. That is good, that is better. That is better. But remember, once we touch this zone here, is going to be invalid of 4600. So if you can get 4600, that signal is going to be invalid in that case.
Operation Wealth Ascension 2026 done no Done Tech Forex Operation Wealth Ascension 2026 done no Done Tech Forex. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it reality. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator's so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. See how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it realty. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator's so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. See how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit.
So, oh, you are saying that this coordinator not well visible. Let me change the color. I don't know whether I put black. Let me change this. I don't know whether they'll be visible. Which color is visible? Like yellow? Yellow, no. It's bright. So you have to put bright black, dark color, dark one, dark. Then the text to be very white. Right. Why is this? Don't know whether that will be visible enough. Let's try this. Yeah. Oh, I know the problem here is that. Yeah. This one that will be visible, more visible now. Yes, 100%. Yeah, those are visible one. Yeah, so we are still waiting to see. So we are timing. It's called timing. You have to wait for the market to come to you, not for you to chase the market. You cannot do that. We have the scariest part, which is this around 46. So anything can really happen at 46. So we are really not going. So I've really answered your questions. Kings fans Palace. Kings fans Palace. I think you do those for Kings. Yeah, very nice. So I think now they are visible. Very nice. Who is this? What is the name of this? What is that? What is son of something? I hope those are not the insult. Move to 82. So I don't know. I know you were scared when the price went back to 82 again back. Okay, now my entries and my exit position now are visible. Those are them. They are there, so you can check them. Those are what I'm saying. When the prices actually touches this, will be invalid. That will be invalid, so it will force us to look for another one. But for now, I'm really targeting this. But on this, because my confidence is not like 100% like the other one, so when this prices touches this one, we move. We just wait. The price is actually going to come down like below 45.90. But once we target, once it comes to that zone, make sure that you wait. Let's wait. I don't like trending reversals like this one. I know the prices actually might be ending down, but let's wait. Let's wait and see, so that we can see what decision we're going to be making for that. I don't know whether I'll be here when the New York session will be on, because I wanted us to check on the stock indices, and we have some good signals because of what the market has actually did last week and also today. I know this is going to be a very big news, so something might be happening. So the next second, the second signal is we are waiting for below 90 here, and then we see whether we are going to have a buy point. But already we have the major one that is already up, so whether the market moves all the way up and we fail to get this, then at least we have where we are waiting for this market to come to. We are still waiting to see big moves, market making big moves. So I said once we hit 46, that is going to be invalid because of different reasons. So we are going to invalidate that one. So we are almost there, and this now is going to be invalid any minute from now, because once we hit 46, things are really going to be different. I know why I'm saying this. Yeah, I don't want us to cross that point. I don't want us to cross that point without buying, because we cannot buy above that. If you're planning to buy, then you really have to do this. So we have to cross below that. I don't want us to touch 46, so that is going to be an invalid point. If the market is going to close above that, things are really going to be different, and I don't want that. Yo,
It's just me, loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it reality. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth.
so we are almost to the invalid point again, but the market is testing that region. So let's see, again we are waiting. This is becoming much of attention here. What is happening?
Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. See how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like Dunn Tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. Had to become a marksman. Operation Wealth Ascension 2026 done no Done Tech Forex. Operation Wealth Ascension 2026 done no Done Tech Forex. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like Dunn Tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets, even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no pain in the progress. For them haters, it's heartless.
You see how now the market is really blinking. Let's look at that. It's really blinking there. So it's either we reverse or break out that zone. Anything can really happen from that. But let's wait. I really want to see whether it's going to move up. Then we think of something else, or you keep moving up, man. So stop giving us anxiety. So it's either you move up or down, we are okay. So we are going to look for something else. So whether you move up or down, at least we could. You see, when you actually look at least for 3 entries, 5, you can actually have like six positions that you're really targeting. You enter, let's say 5 per day. You analyze 5 like the ones you are waiting for. 3 get executed, you win 2, probably you lose 1. That's very nice analysis. Yeah, you target 5 analysis just like this. Even if you're scalper, high quality, you know what you are doing and why. Then after getting that one, at least you win 2, you can lose 1, and that is going to be massive. Because if you lose 2 and win 1, but with good risk reward ratio, then at the end of the day you are going to break even. That means you're not going to lose anything. Yes, assume a risk one ratio of 1 is equal to 2. You see, when you lose 2, you win 1, you're going to be break even, unless maybe you do a mistake after that. But a trade like this, if you actually target like 5 of them and you execute at least 3, that's what I'm talking about. Because the reason I'm talking about 5 is because 2 of them, if you get to execute 3, 2 of them can actually be invalid. Like you target 5 and some actually become invalid. That means that you did not do anything, or the market did not go as planned, so you just let that go, right? So not all trade that you're really going to end. Sometimes you can leave them to, yeah. So that is what you do. Quality over quantity. Do quality over quantity. Quantity trades will make you go home. Yeah, to make you broke. You'll never make money. Target on the quality. Have 3 entries per day, but at least, if I don't win all of them, I'm going to win 2 of them, because they are quality. Quantity is not always good. Quality is. But when you want to get quality thing, you have to do something extra. Number 1, patience. Number 2, rules. Yeah, those are the most important thing. The rest goes for the quantity people who want to enter. You are entering like a machine, like a vibration. They do. Then again, you are closing your position. Hey, like a machine gun. That is really not going to make you a profitable trader. So target quality. Example, I'm saying there's a likelihood, although now because of what I'm seeing for this, we might be getting price breaking up, because now I see this becoming violent, and I'm targeting this zone here in case this market now fails to come here. Now that's okay. Let's look at why I'm seeing that we might be getting this price is now going up. Look at these candles that we see here. If you look at this candle from this point here, look at this, you can see now they are really moving up, and I don't think there is a way this candle is really going to move past this. Is really going to become a hand right now, like past 93. So that means that the likelihood for these prices now to kick off this. But remember, the reason we are getting high rejection here is because we tested this zone again here, and remember this is the all-time high that we are getting from the gold, and is getting a rejection from this point here. So probably that is why we are getting the prices getting rejected from that zone, and I'm starting to lose hope, because I don't know if we cross another 5-minute closed, and you can see it closed. Let's see how this is going to close. Let's actually move below this. Are we really going to be moving below this? That is going to be very important. 90. So if we get to 90s there, I think something is going to really change. So let's see. If we get to 90, then we get there. But yeah, so that is what I'm talking about. Let's see. Below 93, we are going to have a point of entry there. 90, yes, 90. So $4 to the move. When we get there, we scalp at least some few positions for the entry of the buys as we keep moving. But remember, the biggest target that we have, the tops of the same traders. Yeah, we are just here, just gathering small money here. But remember, we have the biggest target that you have coming all the way on the top. So we are targeting big, and that is the move that we are waiting to see. Let's listen to this one.
2026 done tech Forex. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it reality. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. See how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it reality. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. See how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. Had to become a marksman. Operation Wealth Ascension 2026 done no done tech Forex. Operation Wealth Ascension 2026 done no done tech Forex. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it reality. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. See how I'm flexing and flossing, flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be.
Hey, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? We're getting these candles right here, rotating just centered. All right, what is really happening here? Let's see. We have some like 10 minutes. Let's see what has really happened between. What am I getting here? So I'm going to pay for my trading view anytime. I'm waiting to see some offers, because I'll be putting, instead of working on these candles, this is how you can actually put the volume candles to see the types of candles that are really being formed, which is very important to know the type of candle that is there. The volume, that means the number of the trends that are really being entered in that CFD. That is another important thing to note. Yeah, but still look at that 93. So are we really going to cross that below that one? We are almost there. My confidence is not really 100% on this, but on this one, so I'm going to have small ones, or yes. So the entry, the market can come to 80. This is, I don't know how I can maximize these. Yeah, this is 45.89, so around 49.89. That is the area I'm waiting for. You see this? This one here. I don't know whether this market can actually count this, comparing that already has touched this zone here. Those are small things I really look at. You have to reason very fast. But this week we are about to enter a very big trend that is coming up for the swing traders for the gold. And I know anytime gold is going to be touching those points. So once the market touches those points, then aggressively we are going to be in. We are going to make more money. So that is at least 1 week we're going to be having a very big entry that is going to change our lives. At least we target big, we win big. Trust me, that is going to be happening for the swing traders. So even if you are not a swing trader, this one you are going to do it. The entry that is coming, either for buy or sell, that's going to happen when the gold hits the target that we have enlightened. Then things just are going to be crazy. Things are really going to be good. Yes, things are really going to be super good. So let's just get prepared for that. You can see there's there's a fight happening 45.9 something. So let's wait and see who is going to win on this. But before even we enter buy, we are going to really to wait and see what's going to happen at that point. We need to get perfect entry. So I'll be telling you exactly. So we are almost there. Just look at that. That is the candle that really jumped from this. I don't think with this market actually moved below 93. I was doubting that. Below 93, let's see if it's going to be really moving to 93. Because 93 is really going to be something else. But at least let's wait and see. Okay. Most to be in Valend point. So from 10 a.m. every day we are live here. We are live, trending live here. So ensure that you join us. Perfect entries. Yeah, look at that. Those are kind of things that you really have to be very fast to execute. But sometimes you can have the entry coming from 93, you assist at $3 move. Like for example here, you can see there was a buy zone around that area here. So that if you enter here, you probably exit again at this area, which is 97. You exit again. There are some of the scalping that are very fast, and I think some of them, if you are very fast, if you have fast computer, if you have there are two categories that I really categorize on these. There are some people who are really going to even make scalping on the very smallest, even $1 move. Yeah, there's someone who is going to make even $1 move from 96 all the way to 97, just $1 move, and he makes money from that. Yeah, that's very fast, but you know you can use the high loss surface to do that. But these are the some things that you really have to look. You don't just buy because the prices are low. You just don't buy because you have to make fast decisions. But that is very fast. You have to do that very fast. You have to have good internet for that. That is very fast. Yeah, it's just the same as high frequency trading, because you do know about the high frequency trading. I'll tell you about that. So some of these things can be executed by even the bot, because the bot can actually enter even the stop loss and TP at the same time with the high frequency compared to the human. So I have created some of those bots. Maybe we'll be talking about that one day as well. Those are the sum of point, like where the bot can buy from this point, buy very fast, and then sell again with the so by execution point is going to be very fast. Then there is us who can actually execute like big point, just wait here, move all the way here, and that is another types of scalping. So it is all the scalping, but this highest spin and there is a human spin. So you can choose what you really want, because if you choose the fastest one, then sometimes it can be a lot of disadvantage. So I think the one to wait, like the one that you're waiting to see here, for at least some $10 move, a $15 move, that is going to be more advantage compared to the way you have to have very fast, to be very fast. That is going to be a more disadvantage. So with how this market is moving, I don't know whether we are really going to be moving to that, but in case we move, there is likelihood for this market now to move to this point that we see here. Let me draw it. See, let's see. Around the corner here, around the corner here. If we cross, because if you are not cross this, then we are going to have an equivalent signal for that. Yeah, so you're going to probably ignore that and focus on another one. But I'm targeting this zone here. Let me write again. Between these zones that we have. Yeah, between here, so around here, 89, 90, 89 and 90. That is the area I'll be targeting to see how really things are really going to unfold there. 89 and 90, that is the buyer zone that we're waiting to see. We're targeting higher prices there. We want to target the bigger one. Big. So we wait for the first one to break this zone. So once we break this, you see this one, 93. So once the market breaks 93, you start moving down, then you know that we are ending to 90, 89. That is the point. That is the next point that you can wait for this market to do. Let's listen to this.
Operation Wealth Ascension. 2026 done, no. Done Tech Forex. Operation Wealth Ascension. 2026 done, no. Done Tech Forex. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done Tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it reality. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator's so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done Tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done Tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. See how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done Tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it reality. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own.
Look at how it's blinking. We are almost there. So let's see whether we are going to make that decision. Are we really moving there? Let's see. Is it really going to take? I don't do that. This is really to going too far. So let's see if we can get to this point that we have. My confidence is 70% here. Oh my Lord. I hope this kind of takes us to this point here. So 90, where is it? Oh, 90. Uh-huh. 90. We are there. We're still moving, so let's see whether it's going to move below 90. That area now, that area of below 90, 89, that is what I'm trying to see. Area of 90s, that is capping. It's just a small dollars here and there, so no big hurry, no big hurry. I'm in. Small move. I'm in. So you see the people of scalping, how you can actually even have 0. Big lot and then you make big money from that. But I don't do that. That is for other people. Maybe if you like that, you may be doing it. So that is not on my side. So that is not me. I do it different on my scalping side. That is the reason my confidence is because we end something that I highlighted here, this one. If you see the market forming this and there is likelihood for this, remember we are here. We have come from this place. So when we have tops like that, I highly likelihood for this market now to move all the way down. Highly likely. And that's why my risk is very small for this, but at least when we move to 46.7, at least we'll be having at least almost $200 that will be have meant the whole day today, and that will be very amazing. But for you just relax. Let's see if this market moves at least to 46. This will be, remember, this will be now sniper entry again that will be having today, the next one. So at least we're going to have at least 3 entries, 2 entries at least to see how this is really going to pay. So I have already 0.6, 0.06. We move with another one. So there's a big position that is waiting for us, remember, on the top or on the downside for the swing traders. So don't forget about that. Don't forget about those moves that we are waiting. We are waiting for the big one. We are waiting for big one that is coming. So that's another second entry that we have here. This time, because of combination of different effects, then we put it to be like that way. Our risk is not that big. Yeah, ensure that at least you participate in this. You can have your entries. Come on. Yeah, but when I mention about the risk management, about the entries, where you have the risk should be taking, make sure that at least you don't exceed that to avoid losing that. So look at that. There are some people who could have entered a buy here. That is a very bad trend. You have to be patient and wait for the market to come on your side. If it does not do that, then that's considered a bad trend. And once this market was actually, if this market was to move to 4,600, remember, we could not have taken that trend. That could have actually been a bad trend. And we could not have taken this one. But it was almost there. So, yeah, but at least look at that. Let's see it and see. Now it's a matter of patience. What are we really going to do this? So this is a second entry for scalping. We give it time. Give time. I'll be back.
Making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing. Making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing. Making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it realty. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator's so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. Had to become a marksman. Operation Wealth Ascension 2020 sets done, no. Done Tech Forex. Operation Wealth Ascension. 2026, done no. Done tech Forex. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it reality. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. See how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it reality. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. See how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. Had to become a marksman. Operation Wealth Ascension 2026, done no. Done tech Forex. Operation Wealth Ascension 2026, done no. Done tech Forex. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it reality. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. See how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex, turn the pain into progress. For them haters it's heartless, they couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. See how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. Had to become a marksman. Operation Wealth Ascension. 2020 sets done, no. Done Tech Forex. Operation Wealth Ascension. 2020 sets done, no. Done Tech Forex. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it reality. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator's so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. See how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it reality. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether on a demo account or on your own wealth. The method is so simple, the indicator's so simple. All you gotta do is tune in and pay attention. Hey, you see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. See how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. Had to become a marksman. Operation Wealth Ascension. 2020 sets done, no. Done Tech Forex. Operation Wealth Ascension. 2020 sets done, no. Done Tech Forex. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living and profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like done tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it reality. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try it yourself, whether flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like Dunn Tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. You see how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like Dunn Tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman. See how I'm flexing and flossing, making a living in profit. Shout out to the viewers that's watching. Wanna live like Dunn Tech Forex. Turn the pain into progress. For them haters, it's heartless. They couldn't stop this regardless. Had to become a marksman when I first started. Losses were often, now I can hit my targets even when it's dark. And it's important to acknowledge all of my involvement. This don't come out of nowhere, had to show endurance. And you know it's authentic, no copy, it's just me. Loyal to my destiny, can't give up, it's meant to be. They think it's too good to be true, I call it realty. For those who have eyes, I provide transparency, a vision that can't be unseen. You can try your...
So this was not really good. The reason being here, number one, after this market has really, we got this point all the way to 93, almost 94, and that is the reason. So after touching this, I think we end to reverse from here. Are we really going back to that point? I don't think so. I'm going to put what we call, I'm going really to minimize this risk here, because I know likelihood to hit this SL in this. That's why I actually placed a very small lot towards this. The risk management here, good. I also highlighted something different on the downside here. Yeah, so but still we're up, and let's see, maybe we are still up. Let's see what. Okay, so I'm going to reduce this, but you can see the risk really is very small. $20. We're talking about $20 here. $20 move, so that's not really big. $20 with a big one that we made there, so 20 with this big move here. Yeah, so when I end out a trend, I really put very small lot. This is really not going to affect me anyway. Yeah, so we just wait and see. Let's see where possibilities for this to come to. It's really jumping. Bam, came back. We still give it time to whether it's want to hit the TP or SL is okay, but let's see. This don't really a big deal. Yeah, that's one. This what we get. $7. So when you even get to 83, I don't think whether it's going really to affect so much. So how just 83 we close one. Yeah, so we just give it time. See what is really going to happen here. 43.80. Oh, confidence. We wait. If we really want to take that $20, it's okay. The risk here is very small. After all, we are positive, but those are kind of the trend that you really, if you realize that the trend is not really that good, then the next thing that you're going to do is what? You make sure that your risk management is very small, like little. Yes, that is what we have. Finally, we got back. Finally, we got back. That was a very scary, yeah. It was really scaring us. Let's see what we're going to be getting past this. I think the problem that we have is 93 here. Once we get to 93 and we break this one, so we are going to expect very big one that is really going to be touching all the way up there, which is 90 something, which is 46 something, 010, 4610. That is going to be big. If you are going to close this in a big profit, then today is going to be very massive. Today is going to be a very, we're really going to say that was a very really good day. So are you still holding? Because I always hold either to stop loss to TP. Although this how I saw this one, that was not really 100% nice compared to that one. That was not really as nice, but at least negative $20-$30. Now let's see. Is it really going to hit the target? Is it really going to close? As I said, this is the problem that we have. You see current line that I've drawn here. Once we hit this, then we are going to be all the way up. The reason these lines exist is because I know once the market either moves up or down, it's going to normally to be the testing point of where the market is really going to test that one. So because our stop loss is very close and our TP is very fast, so stop loss is small, so here we just give it time. So no problem here, we are still good. I want to close this. I want it to close above 93. So once we close above 193, once we break to one upside, just know we are going to create new high. Trust me, we are going to create new high once we break that one. But because of the reward that is very high compared to the risk that we have here, I'm going to give it more time. What is really happening here? Because I see we are really back again. We have trouble in the paradise. We have trouble in the paradise. But I think still we should be happy. We should be happy. We should be up. We should be up, ready for 4607, a new high that has to be created. But in case we touch 45.83, that is really okay, because the risk is very small there. The risk is small. The risk is small there. So, but still, I think we are going up. So let's give it time and time to run. 5 minutes time frame. Let's give it time to move. 5 times time frame. Let's give it time. So, but what I said is that once we cross this zone that you see here of 93, then we are going to create a new high. That is what we can really get from this market. Like a guarantee that we're going to have there. So once we cross, we surpass this towards 94. Let's say 94. Once we touch 94, just know we are ending up. and we'll be closing to once the upper side, which is going to be good because we'll be having a new high. So once we get this one, then today is going to be really good. The day is already good because even if we close at loss, even if we hit the stop loss, this is really very small for us. Yeah, because the risk reward ratio is small. But once we hit 47 here, I think we might be getting more of this. But remember, we have really targets for. I'm going to talk about the entries that we have on the highest time frame. When they get hit, what the next move? Look at how the market is going to do. It's going to create a candle that is going to move up from there. Look at that. Let's see. From there, let's see on a count of 1, 2, 3. Let's move up. Let's move up. Let's move up. Come on. Yes, like that. Move. I said this is a point. This is a problem. 94. Once we hit 94, we are good. 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 So if you're not in this position, you can actually have a small entry from here because you are targeting big here. So if you're not in this entry, you can actually here, because this, remember, this is our entry zone where we have here. My entry zone is on. I entered early at 90, 45.90 is in the entry, 45.90, and targeting big. But remember, once we break 94, you can adjust that one because the market is going to touch the new high, probably 46.9, 46.10, 46.10 all the way up. That is what we're really going to be getting from this. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing right there. Are we in? It's already in. So we are almost to close this. Hey, how many hours is this? 3 hours already. So 3 hours. 3 hours. 3 hours. If you have not subscribed to this channel, ensure that you do so. Kindly just like, subscribe, and share. Tomorrow, every single day, just come here live. The whole 2026, we are going to be here, God willing, and we are going to trend like this every single day. We are going to trend like this every single day. So make sure that you join us live. We are really going to be here. So this is really going to be amazing. Long terms. Yeah, we're almost there. So I want us to break this zone such that we're moving up. So once we we be making good money there. So once we are above 93, 94, once we are above 94, 94, we still be good. 94. I want us to break this. This is the biggest problem. Once we break this towards the 94 mark, then we'll say today has been great. And as we close this, tomorrow, make sure that you join with a friend. Let's come together and trend together with a question, with a participation. You're gonna really do some very great things here. YouTube is perfect because no restrictions here, so not like TikTok restrictions, a lot of things. Yeah, so we are 93. So look at that rejection that we're really getting here, but I'm waiting to see the break that is really going to happen here. That's what I want. Are we really going to break this? Are we really going to break this? Let's break that. Let's break that. Once we break this to 90, then we say wow. Are we there? I'm waiting for this. Woof. Pressure increasing. Pressure. 94. I want us to break that zone. Look at how it's actually really struggling to break that. Are we really breaking that? What? 1, 2, let's break. Let's move. Hey, look at that. I already told you that is the trouble that we have. That is the problem that we have right there. That is the problem that we have right there. So there are different zones that are marking here, and they always becomes the problem. That was the part of the problem. But I think we are going to break that. Once we hit 94, 95, just know we are going to hit a new high, probably above 46. That is what you're going to be getting here. Are you ready for that break? Move up. I told you this area here, 93. This one is just look at how the first one actually make this. So it's almost to hit the stop loss. Yeah, we are moving. Just move. Let's move. Let's go. I think we are already breaking this. Once I see 94, 95, 94, we say it's good. Are you in? So if you are in for this, you entered at 90, 89. I know you are already making some good amount of money, and that deserves a love heart. Okay, we are 94. That deserves a love heart. Now let's click that congratulations emoji and love emoji right now as we close this down. Wow, click that as we move. Click that. Let's move. Click that love emoji. Click that love emoji as we move now. This is great. 20 this is great, and because I know this is going to hit new levels of, we are really going to create new highs, and when the market hits there, then this is really going to be amazing. That's amazing. That is really good. That's good. An amazing 94. So I know we are going really to be hitting a new high probably at the end of the day, and that has been really amazing. What's your loss size? My loss size on this keep changing. So I used 0.1, right? We are at 45.95 as you can see, and the money is really increasing as you can see. Not yet closed here my positions here, so this is 0.06, so still we are there. I'm going now to close this down because of a lot of things here. I'm going to close this down. Thank you so much for those who have joined. Tomorrow 10 a.m. same hour, 10 a.m. we'll be live here trading. We'll be live here trading from 10 a.m. East African time. Ensure that you join us. We trade together 10 a.m. You can as well follow me on my social media platform at Dantec Forex. Follow me at Dantec, the same name that appears here. Ensure that you follow me with the same name on social media platforms. My number, I'll pin it down there. So allow me to pin my number here. I don't want people to be scammed in my name, and when I can just give out 0796 Warren. I think, is that true? Is that how you talk, or that is being rude? But I'm saying, do you trend Nasdaq kama hujaisikia? Bro, how long have you been trending? Probably wakati nilianza kutrend, maybe ulikuwa unanyonya. Ama ulikuwa primary school. I started trending from 2018. I have 8 years trending. So how do I not know about the Nasdaq? Are you crazy? Are you mad? That's my WhatsApp number. You can reach me out through that number. If you want to ask question, ask the question nicely. Watch your thought. So I'll see you again tomorrow East African time, 10 a.m. We'll be here. We'll be right back here. I'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good day. Nice trading.